What's going on, Guardians? So this video is actually going to be about two exotics. First off, of course, No Time to Explain, which recently received a slight nerf to its recoil direction. It went from 90 to 73. I can tell you right now, it really wasn't a nerf at all. It's not noticeable really whatsoever. And then the other exotic is one that I think is highly underrated. I'm honestly shocked I don't see more people using it, and that's Foe Tracer. We're going to talk about both of these after the gameplay here. We'll go and have a bit of a discussion about these, so stick around for that, and I'll explain why I think this is so underrated, especially currently, as well as we'll talk about the so-called nerf to no time. It really wasn't a nerf at all. But other than that, you can see my stats, you can see the weapons I'm using, and let's get into the gameplay. Also, in case you guys couldn't guess by the subclass we're using here, I am crutching pretty hard on invis. I'll be real with you guys, as much as I try to avoid the super cheesy shit too often. There's so much ability spam, and in particular invis spam right now, that sometimes you just gotta fight fire with fire. Well, let's see what we can do. Somehow they already have like 4 points.
Enemy has advantage.
Out of the old gods, of course.
Change the lead.
Let me just get rid of this thing for a second. Holy crap. Ah, shit. What is my team doing right now? All just tunnel visioned on the right side of the map, I guess. Holy shit, if my shots would hit, that would be great. There we go. Hey, teammates helping me cap a flag, that's cool.
You have advantage. One after another.
Back off for a second, get our health back.
Enemy has advantage.
Holy crap, this dude is just... There we go. As long as we get him, that's fine. Okay, let's circle around to B. Reload mindbenders here real quick. Ooh, some lag there. It's okay. I got nerfed, y'all. I have a super. I'm going to save it for now. Mostly in case our friends here get one.
Zone A. Power play. Keep the pressure on. By a team that fights together, stays together.
See that will. Yeah, there we go. Nice cleanup, teammate.
Zone C lost.
Ooh. Ossium Striga is kind of scary, not gonna lie.
You captured Zone C.
Ooh.
You have advantage.
Well, thankfully that wasn't aimed at us. That's cool.
5 minutes left. Keep it up. What can stop you if you fight together? Nothing.
Gonna wait for that poison to go away. Back off here for a sec. There we go. Teammate got a clean up there.
Zone B lost.
No, the melee. And my team just was not paying attention. Oh man, I think we were probably getting close to a we ram too. That's unfortunate.
Zone B captured.
Oh well.
Zone advantage is yours.
Grab this special here. Come on, Mantle.
Zone C lost.
A lot of them over there. Don't want to get too greedy.
You're almost there. You're winning. Stay strong. You have zone advantage.
I guess literally none of my pellets connected or something. Also, can we just talk about how this is such a good map? Like, I hate the current map rotation so much that I actually, it's a relief when I get one of the few maps that I really like. Might as well just pop this. It's nearly over anyway. There we go.
Victory well.
So yeah, No Time still feels really good. In fact, we'll see how we did here, and then I think we'll back out and take a second to talk about it. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Okay, let's go talk about No Time for a bit. Okay, so here we are at the Enclave, and basically No Time got a nerf to its recoil direction. It went from, I think it was 90 down to 73, but it really isn't that noticeable. Like if we look here, without controlling it at all, like there's barely any deviation there, right? Even if we spam it a little bit, just not a whole lot to be consequential. If we even control it just a little bit, just pulling down on the mouse a little bit, you can see the nerf is really minor, which is why it kind of surprises me that I feel like I don't actually see No Time that much anymore, because like this, again, just controlling it a little bit there, isn't much of a nerf. And again, even if you don't control it, you know, you can get away with doing that at like mid-range, that sort of thing. At longer ranges, you will probably need to control it a little bit, but not by a whole lot. So there really isn't a very noticeable nerf. No Time is still a very, very good pulse rifle. It kind of surprises me that we don't see many people using it these days. I feel like now we still see lots of pulse rifles, but it's other pulse rifles. This is still a very good pulse rifle. The nice thing about it too is that it's super easy to obtain. All you have to do is beat the Beyond Light campaign and you should get it. Now I paired it with Foe Tracer because this is, in my opinion, a very underrated exotic. You'll notice that it was marking enemies, and basically here's its perk, Relentless Tracker. Visually marks targets, deals more damage to low health marked targets, provides a small benefit to the airborne effectiveness stat of all weapons. Now, the higher damage to low health combatants, that's really negligible. In fact, in PvP, I'd say it's basically it's not noticeable at all. Like, you're not going to suddenly start seeing no time just shred really hard with this. The big thing that's nice about it is how it marks your targets for you, especially, with how things are currently. When you have a lot of ability spam, you can be in a gunfight, you'll see people, duck back behind cover to throw healing grenades, pop a rift, maybe a barricade, whatever. And the nice thing about Foe Tracer, rather, is when it marks someone, it marks them for a pretty substantial amount of time, meaning you will know exactly when they repeat you again, right? So if they try to you'll challenge again, you'll know exactly when that's going to be because you'll see them coming. You'll also be able to tell if they move off, if they try to reposition. So it's a really helpful exotic. That's one reason. The other reason is, one, it does help a little bit with invis. I don't believe it will mark invis targets outright unless you tag them with your weapon, but it can help with that a little bit. The other reason, too, is we have a lot of maps now with really janky lighting. In fact, I'm going to see if I can demonstrate really quick. Okay, so this is probably the most obvious example I can think of with some of the janky lighting here. When you come into this cave, right, you run through it and then you slide or something and look out here. A lot of times, of course, now it's not doing it. A lot of times, though, it's so bright, and I'm sure people have noticed this in other, in their matches. But when you leave, especially like a dark area, like you're inside of a dark area, and you look out here, there's so much lighting contrast that sometimes it actually makes it difficult to see people. This is present on other maps as well. You can see it on like Altar of Flame. It will happen, especially if like someone has the sun behind them, like directly behind them, which is a pretty common occurrence in Altar of Flame. It can be really tough to see them. And so Foe Tracer is really helpful with this because, if you are someone like me with less than ideal eyesight, having that exotic mark targets for you is actually really helpful. Especially on maps like this where, people sit behind these steps down here with sniper rifles, pulse rifles, scout rifles, Forerunner, whatever. If you can't see them very effectively, then you're in trouble. They can get that first shot advantage on you really easily. So this Foe Tracer is really underrated. It's a very helpful exotic. I think that if you're engaging more at close range or far range, there are definitely other exotics that are probably more helpful, such as on Titan, or hunters, I guess, since this is a hunter exotic, maybe Stompies, Wormhusk, obviously Gear Falcons, which is completely broken right now. Those are probably going to be more helpful if you're engaging really frequently at close to medium ranges. But if you're using something like No Time and you're on a map like this or Disjunction or, to a degree, I think it's Altar of Flame is the one I'm thinking of, or any other maps where people tend to, Eternity is another really good example, where people tend to really sit back a ton. It's really helpful because sometimes they can be tough to see if you don't have really good eyesight. And so, or even if you do, a lot of times with some of the lighting, Foe Tracer can just make spotting them a lot easier. So basically, No Time is still really good. It's still, I would say, one of the easiest pulse rifles to use in the game. Also one of the easiest to acquire, which is nice. And Foe Tracer is highly underrated. I don't know why more people don't use it. It's a very strong exotic. If you haven't used it, definitely give it a try. But that's all from me for now, Guardians. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please let me know in the comments. And of course, leave me a like and a subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell icon. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace.